You're scrolling through social media, and everyone seems to have it figured out. Someone your age just bought their second rental property. Another person just hit 6 figures. Your old classmate is getting married. Someone else just got promoted again. And you're still trying to figure out what you're doing with your life. You feel behind, not just a little behind, significantly behind. Like you missed the memo everyone else got. Like there's a race happening and you didn't even know when it started. Here's what I need you to understand right now. That feeling is lying to you. But more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to use just 1 hour, 60 minutes to completely change your trajectory. This isn't about working harder. This is about one strategic hour that will compound into the life you actually want. I call it the 1 hour protocol. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete framework to stop feeling behind and start moving forward with clarity, purpose, and momentum. So let's dive in. First, we need to understand why you feel this way. Because the feeling of being behind isn't actually about your progress. It's about 3 specific distortions happening in your mind right now. Distortion, hajon. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see the promotion. You don't see the 60-hour weeks that led to burnout. You see the business success. You don't see the 3 failed attempts before it. You see the relationship. You don't see the work both people put in daily to make it function. Social media has turned comparison into a full-time sport, and you're playing a game where the rules are rigged against you. Distortion. #2. You're measuring yourself against a timeline that doesn't exist. Who decided you need to be married by 30? Make 6 figures by 25? Have your career figured out by 22? These timelines are completely arbitrary. They're composite sketches made from societal expectations, family pressure, and random observations. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 62. Vera Wang entered fashion design at 40. Stan Lee created his first major comic at 39. The timeline you're measuring yourself against is fiction. Distortion #3. You're underestimating how much time you actually have. If you're 25, you have roughly 2,080 weeks left on average. If you're 35, you have about 1,560 weeks. Even if you're 45, you have approximately 1,040 weeks remaining. That's not a small amount of time. That's enough time to completely reinvent yourself multiple times over. But here's the paradox. You have more time than you think, but you can't waste the time you have right now. Which brings us to the core problem. The real reason you feel behind isn't because you haven't achieved enough. It's because you're not moving with intention. You're drifting. Days blur into weeks. Weeks blur into months. You're busy, but you're not building. You're consuming content, but not creating results. You're planning to start, but never actually starting. And every day that passes like this, the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels wider. That feeling, that's not inadequacy. That's your potential screaming at you to wake up. And that's exactly what the 1 hour protocol is designed to do. Here's the framework. 1 hour, every single day, non-negotiable. But this isn't just any hour. This is a strategically designed hour, split into 4 15-minute blocks, each with a specific purpose. This hour is sacred. It happens before you check your phone, before you open social media, before the world makes demands on your attention. This is the hour where you stop being reactive and start being intentional. The 4 blocks are the clarity block, 15 minutes. The growth block, 15 minutes. The build block, 15 minutes. The fuel block, 15 minutes. Each block serves a specific function in your transformation. Miss one, and the protocol loses effectiveness. Complete all 4, and you create a compounding effect that will change your life. Let me break down each block in detail. But before I do, I need you to do something right now. Pause this video and grab something to write with. I'm serious. What I'm about to share requires you to engage, not just consume. If you're truly ready to stop feeling behind and start building momentum, you need to take notes. You need to commit to implementation, not just information. And if this is already providing value, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I release content like this regularly to help you build the life you actually want. All right, let's continue. The first 15 minutes are about knowing exactly where you're going and why. Most people feel behind because they're trying to run a race without knowing where the finish line is. They're chasing vague goals like be successful, or be happy, or make money. That's not a target, that's a cloud. In your clarity block, you're going to answer 3 questions. Question 1. What does winning actually look like for me? Not for your parents, not for Instagram, for you. Define it specifically. What does your ideal day look like? What work are you doing? How much are you earning? Who are you with? Where are you living? Get granular. The clearer your target, the easier it is to hit. Question 2. What's the one thing that would make everything else easier or unnecessary? This is from Gary Keller's concept of the focusing question. If you could only make progress on one thing today, what would create the most momentum? Not 10 things, one thing. Question 3. Am I moving toward my target or away from it? Be brutally honest. Look at how you spent yesterday. Your calendar and your bank statement don't lie. They show you what you actually prioritize, not what you say you prioritize. This daily clarity check keeps you aligned. It prevents drift. Spend 15 minutes on this every single morning, and you'll have more strategic direction than 95% of people. The second 15 minutes are about deliberately improving your mind. Not scrolling, not entertainment, intentional learning. Here's the reality. The person you are right now got you to where you are right now. If you want to be somewhere different, you need to become someone different, and that requires growth. But most people consume content randomly. They watch whatever the algorithm serves them. They read whatever's trending. That's passive consumption. We're doing active growth. In your growth block, you have 3 options. Option 1. Read something that challenges you, not fiction, not self-help fluff. Books on psychology, business, philosophy, communication, strategy, whatever skill you need to develop to reach your target. 15 minutes of reading is roughly 7 to 10 pages, depending on your speed. Do that daily for a year, and you'll read 18 to 25 books. That's more than most people read in 5 years. Option 2. Learn a high-value skill. Pick one skill that directly impacts your ability to make money, build relationships, or improve your health. Examples: copywriting, sales, public speaking, coding, video editing, negotiation. 15 minutes might not sound like much, but it compounds. In 30 days, that's 7.5 hours of focused skill development. In a year, that's 91 hours, enough to go from beginner to intermediate in almost anything. Option 3. Study someone who's already where you want to be. Find interviews, podcasts, articles, or case studies about people who've achieved what you're aiming for. Study their thinking, their strategies, their mistakes. Model what works. This growth block is non-negotiable. It's the difference between staying stagnant and evolving. The third 15 minutes are about creating output, not consuming, creating. This is where most people fail. They learn, but they don't apply. They plan, but they don't execute. The build block forces you to produce something tangible every single day. What you build depends on your target from the clarity block. If you're building a business, spend 15 minutes on content, outreach, product development, or sales. If you're developing a skill, spend 15 minutes practicing writing, designing, coding, creating. If you're improving your health, spend 15 minutes meal prepping, working out, or planning your nutrition. The key is consistency over intensity. 15 minutes doesn't feel overwhelming. You can't talk yourself out of 15 minutes. But 15 minutes a day for 365 days is 91 hours of focused building. That's enough to write a book, launch a side business, build a portfolio, create a body of work that opens doors. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. The build block is where the magic happens. The final 15 minutes are about protecting your energy and mindset. Because here's the truth. You can have clarity, you can grow, you can build, but if you're mentally and emotionally depleted, none of it matters. The fuel block is where you fill your cup so you can pour into everything else. You have 3 options here. Option 1. Move your body. 15 minutes of intentional movement. This could be stretching, yoga, a quick workout, a walk, or even dancing. Movement shifts your state. It clears mental fog. It releases endorphins. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your mood and energy. Option 2. Practice gratitude and visualization. Spend time acknowledging what's working in your life and visualizing where you're going. Gratitude rewires your brain away from scarcity and toward abundance. Visualization primes your subconscious to notice opportunities aligned with your goals. Option 3. Connect with someone who matters. Send a meaningful message, make a phone call, have a real conversation. Relationships are fuel. Isolation drains you. Even 15 minutes of genuine connection can completely shift your day. The fuel block ensures you're not running on empty. It's the sustainability factor that makes the protocol work long term. Now let me ask you something. Can you commit to 1 hour? Not someday. Not when things calm down. Tomorrow morning. Because here's what I know. If you implement this protocol for just 30 days, your life will look different. Not perfect, but different, and in the right direction. If you're serious about this, drop a comment right now and tell me what time you're starting your 1-hour protocol tomorrow. Declare it publicly. That's how you turn intention into commitment. All right, let's keep going. You have the framework. Now let's talk about how to actually make this work in real life. Step 1. Protect the hour like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. This hour is non-negotiable. It doesn't move from meetings, emails, or other people's emergencies. The world will try to steal this hour from you. You have to defend it. Wake up earlier if you need to. That's the simplest solution. If you currently wake up at 7, wake up at 6. If you wake up at 6, wake up at 5. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a morning person. Neither was I. But you know what I realized? I wasn't a morning person because I had nothing worth waking up for. When you have a compelling reason to get up, your biology adjusts. Step 2. Prepare the night before. Willpower is weakest in the morning, so don't rely on it. Before you go to bed, set out your notebook and pen. Cue up your growth block material, book, course, podcast. Know exactly what you're building in your build block. Eliminate friction. The easier you make it to start, the more likely you are to follow through. Step 3. Track your streak. Get a calendar. Mark an X for every day you complete the full protocol. Your goal is simple. Don't break the chain. There's something psychologically powerful about seeing a streak build. You won't want to break it. And if you do break it, don't spiral. Just start again the next day. One missed day is a mistake. 2 is a pattern. Don't let it become a pattern. Step 4. Adjust as needed, but don't dilute. The blocks might need tweaking based on your life situation. Maybe you split the hour into 2 30-minute sessions, one in the morning, one at night. Maybe the order changes based on your energy. That's fine, but don't reduce it. Don't skip blocks. Don't make it optional. The protocol works because of its structure. Mess with that at your own risk. Step 5. Review weekly. Every Sunday, spend 15 minutes reviewing your week. How many days did you complete the protocol? What progress did you make? What needs adjustment? This meta-awareness keeps you honest and helps you optimize. Here's the final piece. The 1-hour protocol is a tool, but tools don't work without the right mindset. So let me leave you with 3 mental shifts that will determine whether this works for you. Shift 1. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Your life will never be less busy than it is right now. There will never be a perfect time to start. Start messy. Start imperfect. Start today. Shift 2. Embrace identity change. You're not trying to catch up. You're becoming a different person entirely. You're becoming someone who has clarity about their direction, invests in their growth daily, creates instead of just consume, protects their energy and mindset. That person doesn't feel behind. That person feels unstoppable. Shift 3. Trust the compound effect. You won't see dramatic results in week 1, maybe not even in month 1. But in 6 months, in a year, you'll be unrecognizable. The 1-hour protocol isn't a shortcut. It's a system. And systems, when followed consistently, produce inevitable results. So here's where we are. You came to this video feeling behind. Maybe you still feel that way a little bit. That's okay. But now you have something you didn't have before. A protocol. A clear, actionable system that takes 1 hour of your day and transforms it into a compounding asset. Clarity, growth, building, fuel. 4 blocks, 15 minutes each, 1 hour total. Do this for 30 days. And you won't feel behind anymore. Do this for a year, and you won't recognize your life. The question isn't whether this works. It does. The question is, will you actually do it? If you're ready, here's your action step. Screenshot the 4 blocks. Clarity block, growth block, build block, fuel block. Set an alarm for tomorrow morning and start. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Just begin. And if you want more systems like this, frameworks that create real results, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I'm here to help you build a life you don't need to escape from. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to start right now. Let's go.